Students, in today's class, we are going to discuss about the classical quantity theory of money. See, first let us discuss about the basic assumptions in this quantity theory of money. So the first assumption is value of money. Second assumption is goods and services. First, let us discuss about the value of money. See, in this quantity theory of money is based on certain assumptions. See, other things remains the same. It assumes V is constant and it is not at all affected by the changes in the quantity of money, that is M or price level. See, V in the sense velocity of money, M quantity of money, P price level. So this velocity of money, that is V, it depends on population, because when population is high, the circulation of money or the velocity of money increases. If the trade activities in the economy is high, what about the velocity of money? Velocity of money also increases. See, when habit of the people increases or the interest rate, facilities for investment increases, surely the velocity of money also increases. So it assumes that these factors have nothing to do with the changes in the value of money. The quantity theories ignore this velocity of money because they were concerned with what King calls transaction and precautionary motive for holding money. See, as long as we hold money for these purposes, the amount of money held may remain stable. But as soon as we introduce this speculative motive for holding money, we have to admit the possibility of a change in the velocity of money. Then the second assumption is goods and services. So further, these theories assume that the volume of goods and services, that is T, remains constant. This is the second assumption. So this T value, that is the volume of goods and services, normally it depends on natural resources, climate conditions, or the techniques we are using in this production process, or productivity of labor as well as transportation. See, all these factors are assumed have nothing to do with the changes in the quantity of money. Therefore, T remains constant. So, this assumption that the total volume of goods and services, that is T value, remains constant, is based on another assumption that there exists full employment. It means that idle resources are not available to expand production of goods and services to be exchanged for money. So this is the second assumption. Then the third assumption is price level. The quantity theory of money further assumes that the price is a passive factor. The price is changed or affected by other factors in this equation, but it doesn't affect or cause any changes in these factors. So the relation between P and other factors in this equation is one-sided. In as much as P is determined by other elements in this equation, but it doesn't determine them. Professor Fisher says that the price level is normally the one absolutely passive element in the equation of exchange. It is controlled by other elements but exerts no control over them. So this is the third assumption. And the fourth assumption is long period. So Professor Fisher assumes that a long period of time and considers V and T to be constant over a long period. So in the short period of transition, there can be a change in other variable like T or V. But when there is a short period or the period of transition is over, other variables will become constant, so that a change in M or V will be followed by the proportionate change in the P value. So the fourth assumption is long period. Then the fifth assumption is relationship. So other assumption of Fisher's theory is relationship, because the highly monetized economic system in which all the transactions takes place through money. So money alone and only acts as a medium of exchange, and no part of it is ordered by people. The theory further assumes that the money price relationship, as suggested by Fisher, is a long run phenomenon. Now, let us concentrate on Fisher's equation of exchange. See, the transaction version of the quantity theory of money was provided by the American economist Irving Fisher in his book, The Purchasing Power of Money during 1911. According to Fisher, other things remains unchanged as the quantity of money in circulation increases. The price level also increases in direct proportion. So that is the direct relationship between the quantity money of circulation as well as the price level. So that is the positive relationship or direct relationship, and value of money reduces. So that is the negative relationship between the value of money and the quantity of money in circulation, and vice versa. So symbolically, we can say that MB is equal to PT. See here, M in the sense quantity of money in existence, V in the sense velocity of money. If you look carefully, MB. See, actually, it is the supply of money. MV, that is M quantity of money, V velocity of circulation. And if you see this P and T, it denotes the demand for money. Or we can say that P is equal to MB divided by T. Right? So this is the Fisher's equation of exchange. First, let us concentrate on the first term MB, that is supply of money. So here the supply of money, it consists of quantity of money in existence, that is M. It is multiplied by the number of times this money changes, and that is our velocity of money. So supply of money is equal to MV. M quantity of money, V velocity of money. So in Fisher's equation, V is the velocity of money. It means the average number of times a unit of money turns over or changes hands transaction during a particular period of time. Therefore, MV in the sense the total volume of money in circulation during a particular period. Since the money is only to be used for transaction purposes, the total supply of money also forms the total value of money expenditures in all transactions in the economy during a particular period of time. Then we will concentrate on the next side of this equation, that is demand for money. So if you see this demand for money, that is equal to PT. In the left side, we have discussed about MV, that is supply of money. Now we are going to discuss about the next side of equation, that is PT. PT in the sense demand for money. So under this demand for money, demand is determined, or the demand is demanded not for its own sake, but also it is demanded for the transaction purpose. So the demand for money is equal to the total market value of all the goods and services transacted. It is obtained by multiplying the total amount of things, that is the G, by averaging the price level, that is P. Therefore, the Fisher's equation of exchange, it represents the equality between the demand for money and supply of money. The supply of money is equal to the demand for money. This is the main concept of these Fisher's equation of exchange. So that all of you are following this class. So supply of money is equal to demand for money. Now, MV is equal to PT. This is the formula. We can write it like this also. P is equal to MV divided by T. So here, M in the sense it is the quantity of money. V in the sense it is the velocity of money. P price level, and T is the total goods and services transacted. Right? So See, this Fisher's theory of equation has been clearly explained with the help of this diagram. If you see this diagram, there are two panels in this diagram. See, in the upper panel, x-axis measures money supply and y-axis measures price level. And we have a 45-degree line also. See here, when money supply is M2, price level is P2. When money supply increased to M, price level also increased to M. Sorry, price level increased to P. Again, when price or the money supply increased to M1, what about this price level? Price level also increased to P1. Listen very carefully. Initially, you imagine, for example, the money supply is M. What about the price? Price is P. Now, money supply increased to OM1. Therefore, price also increased to OP1 because there is a positive relationship between this money supply and price level. Again, you assume that money supply reduced to OM2. What about the price level? Price level also reduced to OP2. So there is a positive relationship between the money supply and price level. This is the upper panel. Now you come to this lower panel. In this lower panel also x-axis measures the money supply. But in the y-axis we measure the value of money. So here there is a negative relationship between this money supply and value of money. Therefore, this curve is also downward sloping curve. So for example, initially the money supply is M. When money supply is M, the value of money is 1 by P. Now, this money supply increased to OM1. What about the value of money? Value of money reduced to 1 by P1 because there is a negative relationship between these two variables. Again, you assume that money supply reduced to OM2. What about this value of money? Value of money increased to 1 by P2. The reason is there is a negative relationship between the money supply and value of money, right? So in this diagram, there are two panels. In the upper panel, it denotes the positive relationship between money supply and price level. In the lower panel, it explains the relationship, that is negative relationship between the money supply and value of money, right? See, here we have a clear explanation. So for example, Fisher's quantity theory of money can be explained with the help of this example. So suppose here M value is 1000, M dash value is 500, B value 3, B dash value 2, C value 4000. This is an example. So thus here when money supply is doubled, what does it mean? See, it doubled in the sense it increases from 4000 rupees to 8000 rupees. What about the price? There is a positive relationship. Therefore, price increased from 1 rupee to 2 rupees. Now, there is a negative relationship to value of money. Therefore, value of money is off. That is from 1 to half it reduced. Therefore, when money supply is off, that is reduces from 4000 to 2000. What about the price? Price level also off from 1 to half. And the value of money is doubled from 1 to 2. So this effect of change in this money supply on the price level as well as the value of money is graphically illustrated in this diagram, right? And if you see this diagram, see already I have given example as well as we have clearly explained this concept also. When the money supply is double, the price level also double. At the same time, when money supply is off, what about the price level? Price level is also off. So the price curve, see, we have seen a 45-degree line, no? So this 45-degree line denotes the price curve. So this 45-degree line, that is the price curve, shows a direct proportional relationship between the money supply as well as the price level. So this is what we have clearly explained for the upper funnel. And if you see this lower funnel, when money supply is doubled, the value of money also off, and the money supply is off, the value of money is doubled. So the value of money curve 1 by P is equal to F of M is a rectangular hyperbola. Why it is a rectangular hyperbola? Because there is an inverse proportional relationship between the money supply as well as the value of money, right? Now, there are some criticisms in this theory, that is series criticism of theory. First criticism is interdependence of variable. Then the next one is unrealistic assumptions of long period. Third one, unrealistic assumption of full employment. See, full employment in the sense we are assuming that all the resources are fully utilized in the economy, but practically it is not possible. There is a possibility of some resources are underutilized or unutilized. So this is also one of the unrealistic assumption. And this is a static theory. The truism concept is also simple truism only, and technically it is inconsistent. At the same time, see, if you see the economic activity, even we are facing some trade cycle in our each and every economic activity. But in this theory, it ignores the trade cycle also. At the same time, it ignores other determinants of price level. See, price is determined by some other factors also. And money as a store of value. This concept also ignored in this theory. At the same time, there is no further explanation or discussion about the velocity of money, and it is considered as a one-sided theory. And there is no direct and proportional relationship between the M as well as P value practically. So these are the different criticisms in this theory, right? Okay, students, thank you.